Hello and welcome. So we are going to be installing Android Studio on our system. Before we install Android Studio, we are going to install Java. So let me show you something. For you to know if Java is already on your PC, you write cmd. You are going to write Java C. So you show that Java is not recognized as an internal or external command, operable program, or batch file. So that shows that Java is not installed. So how are we going to install Java on our system? So let's just write jdk download. So we'll go to the main website. Although the way it is, you can download it from this website, or you can decide to download it from here. So what I'm going to do, our advice was, let's check the window version. So this is JDK 19 currently. I would like us to download JDK 11. I don't want to use that version, so I will come to this website, JDK 11. I don't want to use JDK 19. I don't know how stable it is. The JDK 11 is the one that I've been using, because when you are building apps, you need something that will be stable. It will not be that because of Java you have issue and you do not understand that it's the Java version that is causing the issue. So let's install the stable version that we know. Though my network is slow, it seems it's that website that is having the issue. Let's try it again. If it's not working, let me just write JDK 11 download, so that other website will also come out, so that we'll also see it to download from other website. Okay, let's download from here. So when you come to the website, you are going to already, this website recognize my system, so you are going to come to window 64-bit installer. So I'm going to install this one, Windows 64-bit installer, because that is my window version, 64-bit. I'll click on install, download. Okay, they want me to log in. So before you'll be able to download Java, you need to log in. Now for me, I have an account, so you have to create account. If you don't have, you have to come here and create account. So I will log in with my own account. So once login, it will start downloading. So it's already downloading. If you check over here on my at the top, the right hand side is downloading. Alright, so we have downloaded our Java file. So let's go to our download. So it is here. So you double click on it. Let's just wait for it. So you click on next, click on next. So we have downloaded Java. So what we need to do now is that we need to add Java to the path. So go to program file, click on Java, then click on bin file. We'll copy it, then come to your search and write env. Just write env, open it, go to environment variable. So what you do is that you come to this part, edit, add new, then you add Java, click OK, OK, OK. So we need to add Java, we need to create Java home. You come to, remember, you go out of this bin file and still copy it again, come back again, write env, open it, environment variable, then you add new, you write Java home, then click OK. OK. So now let's check if Java has been successfully installed. So you write cmd and check. So you write Java C. You can see that shows that Java has been installed on your system. So we are done with that. So the next thing we are going to do, we are now ready to install Android Studio. So let's search for Android Studio. Android Studio, please. I like using Dolphin. The reason why I like using Dolphin is because the latest version of Android Studio has some bugs, but as a beginner you can use the latest version. But for me, I build apps almost every day, so that's why I like using Dolphin. I noticed that the latest version of Android Studio is having some issue, so I'm going to go with Dolphin, Android Studio Dolphin. seems they are not showing me where to install it. So what I will do is that this Android Studio is Dolphin version 221.3. So let me show you something. You go to this download Android Studio, just go to this website and you just click on downloads. So when you click on download, you just accept these terms and conditions and install it. So Android Studio will be installed on your system. So for me, I'm going to be using the archive because I use it to, though I'm teaching you how to install it, but I'm also using it to build apps. So what I'm going to do, you can install the latest Android Studio version as someone that is learning is okay, but for me, I build apps, so I do experience issue with this latest version. I don't know if they have updated it, but as a beginner there's no problem. You can't experience that kind of issue. So I'm downloading Android Studio Dolphin for myself. Please bear with me. So I've started downloading Android Studio. So we are going to wait for it to finish downloading before we install it. So guys, there's something I want to say so that I will not put you guys under confusion. Now I decided to use the archive. I decided to get my Android Studio from archive. The reason is because I normally build some kind of advanced apps that whenever I use the latest version, I do experience some kind of issues. Maybe due to the fact that it's not yet stable, because when you go to download Android Studio, maybe from the website, you go to the first page to download Android Studio. It downloads the latest one for you. But I now experience that while building some kind of apps, I used to experience some issue with the latest version. So that's why I decided that whenever I'm building apps, I go to the archive and check from the old version, download from the old version. So you can visit developer.android.com/studio/archive to download the version that you prefer is more stable and good enough for you to use. So that's why I decided to use archive. So you come here and select the version that you like, that is stable for you. So that is what I just want to clarify, so that you not be confused or thinking that why is it that I'm not going with the latest version, I'm now going to archive. For you that is just learning, it's good you go with this one. You will not have much issue because you are not building such an advanced app as I used to build. So guys, we just finished downloading our Android Studio. So let me check my download folder. So it's here. This is the version that I just downloaded. This is the previous one that I have. So we're going to double click it to install it. So double click it. So when you get to this screen, you click on next. You click on next. Click on next. Click on install. So click on next and click on ensure it is checked start Android Studio, then click on finish. So when you get to this point, ensure it is checked this point you have do not import setting, then click OK. So let's wait for it to load before we install the rest components. So for me, I would say don't send. I'll click on next, standard, click on standard, click on next. Normally like using the light theme, so I click on next. So we are going to install all these components. So never mind. So now you can see that JDK is very important. So Android Studio has detected JDK this thing, and you can see the Java home that we added, which is very important. So all these things are very important. That's why it's good we download the Java, set the location and the Java home. So let's click on next. So click on accept. Let me check. Okay, the reason why this finish didn't show is because of I didn't accept this condition also. Intel emulator, this thing is very important when installing Android Studio. So I'll click on finish. So let's wait for this one to finish installing. So all the components will install. So let's just wait for it. So guys, we just finished installing all the components that we needed. So we are going to click finish. So we have successfully installed Android Studio on our PC. So what I will advise you is that whenever you finish installing Android Studio like this, you need to just create an empty project so that Android Studio will install the necessary things that you need, because it's not yet over. That is one thing that most YouTubers don't tell you, and if care is not taken, you get frustrated. And there's one thing that is called Intel visualization that you need to enable on your PC for you to be able to run your app on your emulator or your external device. So if you don't know how to do it, it varies from PC to PC. If I teach you how to do it on my own PC, it may not work on yours. So whenever you want to do that, you search on the internet. Just search how to enable Intel visualization in BIOS setting for HAXM. If you don't do it, you might get frustrated because it's very, very important. Let me just put it that way. So let me just create a new project, and so that my Android Studio will download the things that I need. So I'll just allow this one to just remain as my app. I'll set it to Java and click on finish. You can see that if you look at my screen, you can see that there are other things that is still in downloading. So this component normally get downloaded right in the studio, but I don't know why it started downloading from here. So this thing is very, very important, that most YouTubers or on Udemy, they don't normally explain to students. So you need to take note of this. So at this point, I want to tell you that you have successfully installed Android Studio on your system. You can start developing your apps. So alright,